All right, and I just finished recording the Thomas review, and I don't know who to review next, so I think we'll just go ahead and go with the one I was definitely most excited to see. Uh, James the Red Engine. Bear in mind for the comparison section. I'm sorry, I'm not digging out the Tommy one. I'll go ahead and disconnect Tender there. Now, I really like this new James. I'm a super big fan of it. You know, he's got his front pilot wheel or pony truck, whatever term you like to call it. He's got the white running board. You know, he's fully detailed. He even has like a semi complete cab. I mean, obviously there's no firebox detail or anything, but if you tried hard enough, you could probably put or glue or blue tack the new Bachmann figures in there. And I don't have any of those. I do want to get some because I think they look really good back there. But James so far seems to be the most mixed consensus-wise. Go ahead and pull in his rolling stock there. I guess I'll start here at the front with his face. I love this face. It's a nice, gentle smile. CGI James, I guess, to me anyway, has always been kind of loopy, a little crazy with some of his later line delivery. Absolutely. But it is really nice just to see a chill, I guess, calmer face out of it. I really don't know how to describe it. I'm just shooting words out here. But there's just something about this face that it really appeals to me. It's, well, dead on to the show, obviously, but yeah, we'll keep going. The side, I definitely can see. I do think the cab could have been made a little bigger, but overall, I'm very happy with this. Of course, none of the arches line up with the wheels, but that doesn't bother me too much anyway. Uh, and I've shared this with a few friends, and or well, I've been talking with a few friends, and if you're one of them, you know that to me, this just kind of looks like a really interesting fusion between the Lionel James and then the Hornby model of James. It's like it's got the lengthwise of the Hornby one, but the sort of fat squashed look of the Lionel one, and there's just something about that really appeals to me with this because I love those models, so having like a weird fusion in between them just really appeals to me. I'll go ahead and bring the Trackmaster 2 James. Disconnect the tender real quick. And it is night and day between these two. The new one is massive. I don't have a reboot toy of James, because I mostly only buy those for the neat rolling stock. Or generic, it can be mismatched with anything else, kind of rolling stock. But go ahead and set them. Like, there's a massive difference between these two here. They're completely two different sides of the same coin, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I'm weird. I really like the Trackmaster 2 engines as a whole. James is one I think is actually genuinely pretty solid. But this new one is an absolute improvement in every single way. Not to say this one's bad or anything, but it definitely probably could. I don't know. There's so much about this new 80th anniversary range that I absolutely love. I just really, really hope that they do more characters in this style, and this isn't just a one-off thing for the anniversary, because they're really treating us here with these ones. And I know that the single pack version of James will not have this white running board or probably any of the extra detail, but I still want to get that just to show support. I swear I can speak English. Just to show support, there we go, for this new range. And hopefully, you know, they'll make more. You know, vote with your wallet, I suppose. Now, I'll go ahead and I'll put James off to the side here. I know that was kind of a quick comparison. Then I'll bring in the tenders here. Now, the tender is a lot bigger on this new one to scale. He has the same brand new truck chassis, which I think is just kind of general purpose. I think this looks good for a tender one or a troublesome truck one, so I think they did a great job there. the original Trackmaster 2 James 2014 Tender. It's not bad. The coal load's pretty nice, but a really interesting feature about these new ones is that the coal load is actually removable, and I found that if you've got both James and Gordon, and you have Tomy trucks, you can actually fit 2 of the coal loads into a Tomy truck. And I just think that's really neat to do. So, because, you know, for me anyway, trying to find actual, like, Thomas cargo pieces for trucks is a pain. Like, I love these things, but getting actual, you know, loads for them has always been a struggle for me, and I don't know why. Well, now I'm curious, do these fit? Yeah, they do. They do fit in there. So if we want to power James with stone, I guess you can do that. Did the Trackmaster 1 ever have any original, like, just straight coal pieces like this? I think there was one in that Rusty Hopper set from, like, 2009, I think. But I can't think of any other just, like, straight coal loads. Like I was saying, back to the actual tender here. The buffers on the front doesn't bother me. Technically, the 2014 one has it beat in that regard. But this one has the rivet detail. If I shine it up in my light here, you can see it. It also has the printed handrail. I know some people don't like these gaps in the tender. I mean, you kind of can just dump it out that way and it's fine. There was no real need to include these, but they're not super garish, so they don't bother me that much. I'm just happy to have new, good-looking Thomas things at all. And of course, the tender gap, I do agree, is pretty... It's pretty long, but, you know, they are reusing parts. It definitely was not cheap to entirely revamp your brand and then... Or we'll go back to an older format, but create new molds, especially ones as detailed and nicely looking as these, with special features like, you know, actual coal loads. James, personally, if I had to rank him, he's like a 9 out of 10 for me. I know, like I said at the beginning of the video, this seems to be one that people are very, very mixed on. I don't know, there's just, like I said, there's something weird about this one that really appeals to me. I will go ahead and set him off to the side so we can look at... I'll go ahead and put 2014 James back to... Go ahead and look at his rolling stock, which is this blank, unbranded tender, really? This blank, unbranded tanker. I'm sorry I'm so all over the place. I'm just so excited to finally have these. Again, they've got new chassis, no spoked, ugly spoked wheels. I would dig out a Tomy one, but that's a lot of work. And quite frankly, other people can do that. I want to focus on the new stuff compared to the most recent, I guess, versions of these. I don't think this is a reused mold or edited mold from the reboot one. I think that one's actually pretty substantially different. But a milk logo on the side would have been nice, but I can see why they left it blank. I think it's kind of funny how in 2025 we're getting 2 3-packs of James with a tanker. There's this 80th anniversary one, and then Playrail over in Japan is making a tar-splattered James one. And I think that's interesting. If I knew how to import newer stuff from Japan, I would probably buy that one too. But here's the most recent rendition from the CGI series pre-reboot of a tanker. There was another mold before this. I have one, but... Oh, hello, Kevin. If I can reach for it down here, it has been pretty heavily customized. So this is what the mold before that one looked like. Which, I mean, yeah, you can tell it's a Thomas thing. But I think this weird, like, platform covering it, I think that's more of a feature on, like, German rolling stock. Because, you know, this is actual... Oh, if I didn't drop it first. This is like a This is definitely more British. But, see, it has the older chassis, the spoked wheels. This one does have a fun feature where if you roll it along, it wobbles, which is pretty neat. This new one doesn't have anything like that, which is fine by me, considering, you know, no face. Which would have been cool, but considering this was definitely just like a random addition to this, because that's a Season 4, like, slate truck face on a toy that came out in, I think, 2020, 2021. That's super just removed from the model series entirely. A lot of this video has been just me rambling about other things, but I don't know. I'm just happy again to have new, good-looking Thomas stuff, because we've been stuck with this for the last couple years. Like, this is good as its own thing, but you know, I'm not particularly the biggest fan of it. That's not a dig at anyone that does like it. It's just not my thing personally. I definitely prefer when my trains are more grounded in realism, even though they are talking. I'll go ahead and put James on the track with his full consist here. Doesn't that just look great? Like, man, where has this been for a solid almost 10, 11 years now? This is what we've wanted for ages, and they're finally giving it back to us. Definitely can't wait to get Percy and Neo when they come out, too. I think they're in the second wave. So I will go ahead and we will do a very, very quick running session, because I still got 2 more of these videos I gotta film. And, well, why don't we just skip right to that? Alright, I have James with batteries in him turned on, ready for him to go. Here he is with just his tender and the brand new tanker. So let's give him a spin around the layout here. There he goes into Henry's tunnel. Past the brothers there. Oh, well, he chose his own path there. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Completely picked his own path there. I think that's the first derailment I've ever had in a review video before. Bring him around here. I'm gonna make sure this point is set correctly. He should stop right there. Now, off topic, funny thing I've noticed with James here, out of all of these new Classic Collection ones, he really, really, really likes to jump this this stop switch here. Like, he'll just be going along normal, and he'll stop like right about here, he'll wiggle out of it, and then he'll just keep going. This is the only one out of the 80th anniversary collection that I have that does that. I just thought that was really neat to mention. And now with the running session complete, I hope you guys enjoy this look at the 80th anniversary classic Trackmaster 3, whatever we're calling these now. My video review on James here. Sorry it was a little all over the place. I hope you enjoyed it anyway.